Yeah.
What do you think about our like Nacho and Alaba combination?
For me personally, I think okay, Militao and Alaba, they have their own way of doing things. I think Alaba is a good leader, so probably Nacho will work alongside him well. But I think it will be a little bit weak in the air because both Nacho and Alaba are not very good, against aerial balls and crossing and stuff. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I totally agree. For me, that's also the only concern. That's the aerial balls. Like Nacho and Alaba, both are like shorts, right? 5'10" or 5'11" at max.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's one thing we have to keep an eye and how they perform at. Generally, I have no complaint of Nacho. I think he's a soldier, right? Whenever
yeah.
we ask something from him, he always delivers. Even last year against Liverpool, right?
Yeah,
He
another thing that
performed
I
really
would like
well.
to point out is like I think both Alaba and Nacho are like quite offensive because they tend to step out a lot. So I think that would be another interesting thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, that's the only thing that about the defense. If I ask you a question, like, would you pick Miguel over Marcelo?
Yes. For me personally, I would pick Miguel because I think like Miguel offers the same stuff that Marcelo does going forward. Obviously, like Marcelo has a lot more experience, and Marcelo is like Marcelo has that judgment, and Miguel is still developing, so he has not reached the level that Marcelo is at. But I think currently Miguel is better, both like going both ways because he's still young. He has that pace and physicality about him that I don't think Marcelo possesses anymore. Because when you watch them play, Marcelo is like he's a little bit lackadaisical when he's tracking back, especially. So personally, like I would have gone with Miguel.
Yeah, I totally agree because Marcelo is not the Marcelo that we used to see, right? We have to
Yeah,
agree
yeah,
with that.
definitely
There
not.
is we will not see that Marcelo again, like prime Marcelo. And for me, Miguel gives more in the field. Like he has more energy, right? Young players have more,
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
to show in the field. So I
definitely. He
think,
has something to prove.
yeah, exactly. And also when he played last couple of matches, he did not play horrible at all.
Yeah, I
So
agree. I agree.
for
Especially,
some reasons, I feel like Carlo doesn't like Miguel. I don't know why, but I would also pick Miguel over Marcelo. So
yeah, I
that's a
think
one.
it is like it probably has more to do with man management because like Marcelo is the captain of the team, and I think Carlo Ancelotti, he has some sort of a loyalty towards his players, especially the older players. Those who were here when he was here the first time. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think he's probably wanting to give more time to Marcelo over Miguel because I think Miguel is still young, and then Miguel's weaknesses are also Marcelo's weaknesses because Miguel is also a little bit weak defensively. Marcelo also has those same issues, but I think it has more to do with man management than anything.
well, the difference is that Marcelo right now, I don't think he's weak defensively. What I see that he doesn't want to defend. That's the what I see. You know what? That's worse for me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
sometimes,
I agree. I think there is from the outside it looks like a lack of effort in the
yeah,
defensive
his
duties.
work rate is really bad for a
Yeah,
defender.
yeah, definitely. Well,
Okay,
personally, I don't see Marcelo as a defender right now. I see him just as a left winger,
left wing back. Yeah.
masquerading as a left back.
So our midfield is pretty interesting. This could be one of my favorite midfield lineup from our team. Like Kroos, Camavinga, and Valverde, two of my favorite players, right? Do you
Yeah,
think this combo will work or not? Because for me, I think this might work because Camavinga can do Casemiro's job, and
mm-hmm,
he has also better passing, better offensive abilities.
mm-hmm.
And Valverde is box to box midfielder, so he can do everything. And Cruz can do his job, like anchoring the player. If he wants to slow the tempo, he can do that. If he wants to make it faster, he can do that. So I think this is really good combination. Now we have to see how they perform in the match. What do
I
you
think
think?
I think they played in the game against Athletic Bilbao with the same midfield, right? The second game in December. It was when Modric was out with COVID and Casemiro was suspended, if I'm not wrong. But either way, I agree with your point on Camavinga that I think he has a good passing range. Only thing that I'm a little suspect about him is like I don't think he is as good defensively as Casemiro. I mean, honestly,
I
nobody
mean,
is.
no one will be, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
But
you
I think
cannot get a CDM like Casemiro defensive wise.
Yeah, definitely.
Just
I
think about
think,
if Casemiro would have like I think we talked about this before. Like if
uh-huh,
Casemiro would have like better passing like Javi Alonso, he
yeah,
would be one of the best CDM ever.
yeah, definitely. The thing is, like, I think, to the point that you're making, I think Camavinga is weaker defending those half spaces around the box, especially those areas around the box. I think Casemiro is very good, and Camavinga does not have that ability. So for me personally, I think that would be an area of concern for us. Overall, I think both Camavinga and Valverde have the ability to win the ball back, and they can cover for Kroos's lack of physicality. But then the thing is, like, Camavinga has this tendency to always get a yellow card in a game. He makes those rash tackles, so that would be something to watch out for.
Yeah, I agree totally. And going back to the front side, like we have Vinicius on the left, and right side we have Rodrigo, and on the top we have Jovic,
Jovic.
which is understandable because I think Carlos said he wanted to rest Benzema, which is fair enough for me. And I also like that he started Vinicius because I like him. I feel that he creates something different in our team. And also Rodrigo, also he played really good in last match, in my opinion. So he
Yeah,
might also
yeah.
have.
I totally agree with you. The thing is, like, we cannot have Benzema play every game, even in the cup, because the cup is like not that important. Maybe if you're a Barcelona fan, it might be important for you, but it's like, for a Madrid fan, it's not at the same level as Champions League and La Liga. So I agree when it comes to dropping Benzema. I think Jovic is a good choice, and I think Jovic deserves some game time to show at least what his abilities are, some consistent game time, because he's always injured whenever Benzema is out, or maybe having COVID or whatever, for whatever reason. And I think starting Vinicius is a good thing because we need to maintain some continuity. Too many changes, they can disrupt the rhythm of the team. And as you said about Rodrigo, it's like he performed well last game, so I think he deserves a shot. And with Asensio out, I don't think there was an option, honestly.
Uh, Now, if I ask you, would you start Hazard over Rodrigo?
Personally, no. I think Hazard is better on the left, and Rodrigo is probably much better than Hazard on the right. So no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, maybe he can play as a sub, maybe in second half. And also
Maybe,
Bailey, also
maybe
Bailey's back.
Yeah, that was the point I was gonna make. It's like Bale is back, right? So if you want to substitute on the right, I will probably pick Bale over Hazard. The only reason I would bring Hazard is maybe to replace Vinicius.
Okay, last question before the match. If you would have the ability, say Bale would stay fit for a long time, do you think he can still do something before his
Oh,
retirement from our
definitely. Oh,
club?
definitely. I think Gareth Bale's best level is like, if you look at all the players in the team today, right? And we take all of them at their peaks. I think the only player that comes close to Bale is Benzema. Because for me personally, Bale and Benzema are the best players on this team. And Eden Hazard is also good if you take him at his peak. But the thing is, like, I think Eden Hazard doesn't have that finishing ability. The predatory instinct in the box that Benzema and Bale have, and Benzema and Bale have done it at the highest stage. So personally, if somebody came to me today and told me that Bale is going to be fit till the end of the season, so would you trust him? I would say yes, definitely.